Ready.
Today we are going to explain the movie Jawan. So the story of the film starts from 1986, where we see a man floating in a river in a coma. And when some people of the same tribe cast their eyes on that man, they put that man on their horse and bring him to their tribe. That tribe was very small and there were few people living in it. But he was happy. And along with that, we can see the man who was being treated in the same way as he was being treated in the ancient times. He had 5 bullets in his body. The bullets were removed and he was slowly recovering. But suddenly some attackers attack their tribe. And as soon as they see, the attackers start killing those tribesmen. The attackers were mercilessly killing those tribesmen. And the tribesmen were just saving their lives and running away. But then there is the entry of their Messiah here. The one they had saved his life, now he has come out as their Messiah. And here he kills all those attackers alone. Although he was a lot of attackers, but he kills everyone alone. The tribesmen had found their Messiah, but that Messiah did not even know his name. It means that his memory was gone. But there was a small boy who tells them that when I grow up, I will definitely find out who you are. After which the story shifts to Mumbai 30 years later, where we can see a metro train in which there were 376 passengers. Everyone was going for some work. But what does anyone know that this metro train is just going to be hijacked? Although there were 376 passengers in this metro train, but among these passengers, there were 6 girls who hijacked this metro train. They did not even think that these normal-looking 6 girls would make them prisoners. And here the chief of these 6 girls is also shown, who was waiting for this metro train at the next station of the metro train. Actually, all this planning is done by the chief. These 6 girls work under the chief. And among all the passengers in this metro train, there was a passenger police officer, who tries to attack them. The chief teaches him a lesson. And by giving him his get-up, he ties him to a pole. After which he immediately calls the control room and the officer starts negotiating with him. So the officer who comes to negotiate is named Narmada. So the chief tells him that you will have to call the agriculture minister in your room in 5 minutes. Because I only have to talk to him, and I will tell him all my demands. So Narmada calls the agriculture minister in her room in 5 minutes. After which the chief starts negotiating with the agriculture minister. The chief tells him that I want 40,000 crores. After hearing this, the agriculture minister says that we will not be able to arrange this much. On which the chief tells him that I also have a solution for this. I am giving you the number of such a businessman with whom if you ask for 40,000 crores, then he will give it to you easily, because his daughter is with me, and he is present in this metro train. And it was brought here by planning. Immediately after that, a call is made to Kali Gaikwad, who runs a weapons business. And when he finds out that his daughter has been kidnapped, then he agrees to give 40,000 crores, and he immediately transfers it. After which the metro train was about to stop at the next station. So here Narmada arrives there with her entire team. But before that, a flashback story of Kalki, who worked with the chief, is told to everyone. Kalki's father had taken a loan of 40,000 from the bank, but he could not repay it and it gradually increased to 2 lakhs. Then the bank started harassing Kalki's father, and even started killing him. Kalki's father was completely incapable of returning the money. Then his eyes fall on a poster, on which it was written that if he commits suicide, his family will be compensated for 2 lakh rupees. And after reading this, he had no other choice. Then Kalki's father decided to commit suicide by swinging from a tree. Seeing this, Kalki completely breaks down. She was very angry and she broke the head of the bank manager, because of which she was jailed. So let's see that Narmada was present at the next station with her entire police force. Here the chief was also completely ready, and all the people in the passenger, and the people who heard Kalki's story, after hearing that, everyone agreed to support the chief. And everyone also wore the chief's mask, because of which Narmada's team could not catch anyone. And the entire team of the chief left from here easily. And the 40,000 crores that came to them, all that money, those people put it in the account of 7 lakh farmers, who were in debt. After which we come to know that these 6 girls of the chief actually live in jail. And work from there. As soon as the work is completed, she goes back to jail. These 6 girls of the chief are experts in all tasks. All the girls have different qualities. If there is an artist, then there is a doctor. If there is a hacker, then there is a fighter. But these 6 girls work very well with the chief and complete the mission. And it is also known that the chief is not an ordinary man. In fact, the jail where she lives is the jailer of the same jail, whose name is Azad. All the girls who live in jail, Azad considers them all his sister and mother. And all these girls who live in jail are so well improved that after leaving the jail, she never chooses the path of crime. Let's see ahead. She has raised Kaveri Amma and Azad. Azad is quite old, and there is no match for marriage. So he wants to see a girl. But that girl doesn't come here. But the girl's daughter comes, whose name is Suji. She says that my mother is very busy. That's why she sent me instead of her. And anyway, it is very important for me to see the boy, because whoever she likes will be my father. And I will have to select my father too. So in the same way, there are a lot of talks between Suji and Azad. Both like each other a lot. And it is known that Suji's daughter is none other than Narmada. And seeing them, Azad is completely shocked. But Narmada also liked Azad here because Suji liked Azad very much. That's why. Narmada also likes Azad here. Gradually, Azad and Narmada also like each other a lot. Both get engaged. And after a few days, they were going to get married, after which the scene shifts. And we can see another mission of Azad, and this time their target was the health minister. The health minister is giving a speech that even if I get shot, he will still go to the government hospital, because he has made the condition of the government hospital in such a way that private is also failed. But it was nothing like that, because the condition of the government hospital was worse than bad. After which the health minister is shot, and he was being taken to the private hospital. But Azad's whole team somehow brings him to the government hospital, where the situation was very bad. So now this news also goes viral. And all the police force stands outside the government hospital. Here Officer Narmada again negotiates with Azad. Before that he tells him his demand. Before that he tells him the story of a flashback. This was the story of the girl living with Azad, Iram, who was a doctor. She loved her patient very much. And then one day 57 children come to her hospital in a critical condition. They needed oxygen. But because of some big doctors, she could not reach those children. Because of which all 57 children died. And here all this blame was put on Iram. And along with taking his license, he was put in jail. So Azad's first demand was that the doctors who did not allow oxygen to be available, first of all, they should be suspended. And he should take all the blame on himself. So this is what happens at Azad's behest. And after night, when he gets a chopper and was about to leave from here, that's when the entry of Officer Narmada happens here, which had come with its entire police force. And all of them were surrounded from all sides. But these people were not going to give up so soon, because Azad was standing behind them, which was in a separate get-up. Then there is a fierce fight here. There is also a fight between Narmada and Azad. And Narmada could not see Azad here. And Azad ran away with his entire team here. Narmada had to find Azad and his entire team at any cost. Although after a few days, he and Azad are going to get married. And here Kali Gaikwad was going to go to Russia for the arms business. So Kali gives all his business to his younger brother and goes to Russia. And here on the other side, Narmada and Azad get married. Both were very happy. And his daughter Suji was more happy than them. And on the first night here, Azad was going to tell Narmada everything. He had tried to tell her before, but every time he failed. He was going to tell her this time too. But Narmada's officer Irani had already found out who Azad was. And he told all this to Narmada on the call. So as soon as Narmada goes to him to shoot Azad, a fierce attack takes place on them. Here we can see that Kali Gaikwad's brother had taken them both prisoners. And he also shot Narmada here. And he was also mercilessly killing Azad. And as soon as they are about to kill Azad, a man enters here, who was flying Kali's men badly. And he was none other than a man who looked like Azad. And who is Azad's father, and he also has a backstory. And when Kali's brother asks him, he tells him that my name is Vikram Rathore. And as soon as he comes here, he starts killing badly. And save his son Azad and Narmada. On the other hand, we see Kali who was dealing with weapons in Russia. He was telling some members of many countries here, if you open a factory in your country, then your country's people will protest and close your factory. But India is completely safe for this. And to do everything there, we will need the government there. And there will be an election to win. And a lot of money will be needed for that. I am willing to give 20%. And there was a big problem here. He was saying that I am willing to give 80%. That's when Kali finds out that Azad has killed his younger brother. And seeing this, he is completely shocked. On the other hand, Narmada had to find out about Azad at any cost. Because he has broken his and his daughter's heart. That's why she plans with Irani and wants to go to jail. And through these 6 girls, she wants to know everything about Azad. So that's what they do. They somehow send Narmada to jail. And through these 6 girls, she starts to find out the story of Azad. So those girls say that before knowing Azad, it will be necessary to know the story of Vikram Rathore. Then they start telling the story of Vikram Rathore, and this story reaches in 1986, where we are shown Vikram Rathore and his wife Esbaria, who love each other very much. And here we know that Vikram Rathore is a soldier of the Special Ops. And he has been called urgently for some work here. He is told that a team of 32 people had gone across the border. But all those people have been killed by the enemies. We had sent one team, but half of them have died. And half of the people have been made prisoners. So now they want to take help from the soldiers of the Special Ops, and want to get those prisoners out of there. Then the team of Vikram Rathore reaches across the border, where these people were only 6 people and these 6 were enough. After reaching there, they start fighting the enemies. But in the middle of the fight, their gun stops working. And it was not that only one soldier's gun had stopped working. The gun of these 6 soldiers had stopped working. Despite this, they had won this fight. And had saved all the prisoners there. So there is an inquiry ahead. Because Michigan 436 gun is given to the Kali Gaikwad army. And because of this, all the guns that had crossed the border had stopped working. And because of this, all the soldiers were killed. So because of this, the army had stopped working with Kali Gaikwad, and all his guns had been seized. But Kali Gaikwad did not see this at all. And when Vikram Rathore and his wife Aishwarya were alone at home, so Kali Gaikwad took his entire team and attacked them. Because of this, he took Kali Gaikwad in an aeroplane. He shot him 5 bullets and threw him into the water. Everyone thought that he was dead. After this, Kali Gaikwad somehow trapped Aishwarya too. Vikram Rathore was declared a traitor of the country, and he was also accused of supporting Aishwarya. Because of this, Aishwarya was about to be hanged. And when she was being hanged, suddenly Aishwarya fainted. And it is known that Aishwarya is actually pregnant. And the rule says that pregnant women are not hanged. Until her child is 5 years old, she cannot be hanged. So because of Aishwarya's child, he got 5 more years. He had a son named Azad. He got a lot of love in jail. The women of the jail considered Azad like a son, and gave him a lot of love. As soon as he was 5 years old, Aishwarya was hanged. After which the story comes in the present, and we see the same policeman who tried to attack in the metro. Actually, he is the same boy who had promised Vikram Rathore that when I grow up, I will definitely find out who you are. And today he found out, and he had also formed a team of 6 people of Vikram Rathore. But Vikram Rathore's memory had not returned yet. Here Azad meets his father and he is also very happy. Vikram Rathore's memory had gone. But all the skills in him were still there. Like fighting, swimming, cooking, shooting. Everything was there. Now when Azad's 6 girls told the story of Narmada here. So Narmada's eyes were also wet. She was ready to support them here. But here we can see that all this was actually the plan of Irani. Because Irani works here for Kali. And he used to give him the news every moment. So Irani was going to kill Narmada along with Azad's 6 girls. And also Suji. But there Azad's father Vikram Rathore saves Suji. And on the other hand, Azad comes here and saves all these girls. Because this jail was his. That's why all the women here supported Azad, and killed Irani. But before that, Irani had shot one of these 6 girls, whose name was Lakshmi. And tried a lot to save her here. but he could not save her. Next we see that Azad makes a plan. Because Kali Gaikwad was going to get a lot of money from the containers, he had to somehow capture him and stop Kali Gaikwad. That's why he arrives with the whole team and starts facing them. He had told the whole team of Vikram Rathore that you stay away because we will handle it. But the situation was getting out of control here. Azad's team was not able to handle those people. Here is the entry of Vikram Rathore's team. Vikram tells Azad that this mission is very important. So I and my team will handle these people. You handle this mission. So Azad takes all the containers and leaves. And on the other hand, Vikram Rathore's whole team was trying to handle them. But they were unsuccessful. And the people of Kali Gaikwad had captured the whole team of Vikram Rathore. Kali Gaikwad was torturing Vikram Rathore badly here, but then a news comes that Azad has captured 6,000 girls of the jail, and if his demand is not fulfilled, then he will kill all the girls. Although he is the jailer of this jail and he is not going to do anything to them. And this time senior officer Madhavan Nayak comes to negotiate. So Azad wanted the sign of head of state in the form of his demand. And he will get this sign very easily. Because 6,000 girls are in his custody. And all the EBM machines of the country's election are also in his custody. So as soon as he signs the head of state, first of all, he gets those factories shut down here, which harm the environment. And more than half of the factory is actually of Kali Gaikwad. All this happens when Kali Gaikwad comes here. He had reached the jail from another way. He had a gun in his hand. And that gun was on the forehead of Vikram Rathore. As soon as Kali fires here, it does not fire. And in the same way, the memory of Vikram Rathore comes back due to the empty gun. After which Azad and Vikram Rathore together face the entire gang of Kali and kill them all mercilessly. So friends, this film ends here. And this explanation also ends here. If you liked the video, then do like the video. And to get such videos, subscribe to our channel, so that you can get such latest and fresh content. See you in the next video. Till then, stay tuned to our channel. Thank you.